And welcome back, puppies. It is me, White VIP, and welcome to another World Team League. With me, as always, the casting panda. This is AsherBro. Say hello.
I just woke up to say that Terran is underpowered, and we saw 0 Terrans win in that last series.
That is true. You know what? I'm gonna admit it once and for all. Zerg is actually very overpowered. And it's just a lack of my own skill that I can't do it.
Zerg didn't win at all. What are you talking about? What are you saying, Asher? Oh my god!
Ay.
Ay.
Ay, puppy. Well, what do we have now? What's happening? Talk to me.
We are back. We're back with our second series of the night. It is going to be PSISTORM Gaming versus Invictus Gaming. And if you're a fan of the Terrans in the chat, and if you're smudging a little bit by all the ZVP that we've been having today, well, you can rest easy because now finally the Terrans are coming out.
Let's go. Not only do we have the Terrans, we have the MacSed King champion XY, and he's going to need all of that mindset because he's going up against an opponent that he can't even see. It is MaxPax.
Yes, the disembodied player himself. He has no physical form. And how do you wrap your mind around that?
You can't do it. You just have to have an unbreakable mindset. But here we go. Before that, we have yet another PvP. We have MacSed coming up against my mustachioed brethren. It is Gerald.
He's amazing. He's beautiful. He is 69. Nice. And I'm sure he deserves that for his lovely mustache that he is rocking there. And look, we even see a 10 out of 10 there from Rufus as well for the mustache.
Rufus is like, yes, go, Gerald. Oh, it's falling.
Oh, no. Oh my god. So I'm sure we have plenty of Gerald fans in the chat. Of course, he is back from the land of Rivia. But his opponent is going to be another Protoss player. So, mate, if you weren't satisfied by the earlier PvP, we got some more for you here.
Man, we have got plenty more Protoss for you, and we are starting out on Inside and Out. Nice small map, also a ramp natural map, so we will have the opportunity to go for some of those one gate expand openings. I know it's something that Roddy has been complaining a little bit about, that all of these maps do have these natural ramps so that you have to play one gate expand, but it's something that does shake things up from the meta previously. As, here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner for IG, this is MacSed.
And in the bottom left hand corner of Inside and Out, representing PSISTORM Gaming, it is Gerald.
Did you hear they're replacing Gerald?
Did you hear that Gerald? He's losing his Polish citizenship and he's becoming Australian.
It's a deep cut. Are we talking about the same? Oh no, it's gone. No, who is this? What is this? No,
wait, no!
I can't deal with it. No.
What?
Who the fuck is that?
Oh my! This is why they're replacing Gerald.
Man, it's the same as The Witcher. They've replaced him with Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, they replaced him with old mate Liam. Who was Liam? No one knows. Oh my god, he's done it. So, fun fact, okay. So, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you remember this, I think it was the first week or the second week of WTL, we casted Geralt, and we saw that he had actually trimmed his mustache. And we were like, oh my god, what happened? Because there was a distinct lack of flair going on his upper lip. We thought we were seeing things, but we got confirmation. I believe it was during the Polish tournament, like 1 week later, that he played in. Oh my god, he's shocked that his lip must be so cold. But he confirmed that at the time he was trimming it because it was getting uncomfortable for him. What? And now it's gone.
Do you think his upper lip is lonely?
Do you think it needs a hug? Is that what you're saying right now? Does it need another mustache to come up close? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, I'm gonna let him play his game, whoever he is.
Oh my god. Old mate Liam is making his debut. A controversial debut. But we'll see how season 4 goes. We'll see. We'll judge it on its merits. As once again, we do have a very, very different opener here from our players. But this time the player going for the double gate expand is actually being aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. We're seeing the double gate expand. We're seeing the Stalkers going down, and it is a proxy Stargate. So this Oracle going to be able to dip right in there very early. But MacSed looks like he's going to scout. Oh, he almost goes in. He just pulls back the Stalker. Doesn't get the scout.
Oh, he doesn't get the scout. He doesn't confirm the proxy Stargate at the moment. Max said he's just going to be chilling here. He does have a shield battery. He is recognizing the defensive play the defensive position that he has to take up here on top of his natural base. Meanwhile, the Stargate is about to finish. Gerald isn't all in by any means. He is expanding behind this. We do have a natural base, but because of the positioning of this Stargate, this Oracle is going to get into a mineral line insanely quickly.
I feel like, you know, like a kid where like their dad shaves and they don't recognize him and they start crying. Like, it's not Gerald.
What have you done with Dad? Where did he go?
Where is he?
Where is my puppy? Oh my god. Meanwhile, we just see 2 Adepts shading into the main base, and 3 probes have already gone down. Not bad damage. More importantly, this is diverging the attention of all these Stalkers. They're headed towards the top right-hand corner of the map. So this is kind of, you know, freeing up a little bit of room here if Gerald wanted to go for a little bit of like a multi-prong attack. But so far, he's still waiting for his Oracle.
Yeah, looks like instead he's just going to wait to bank up 2 Oracles and possibly kind of bait MacSed into a move out just by having a few less gateway units. But MacSed, he is going to get that hallucination scout out, so he should be able to at least get a glimpse of what's going on across the map.
Oh, exactly. And here we go. 2 Oracles are going to dip in. This is why I was confused. I thought we were going to see 1 come in with the Adepts, but it looks like he was waiting to bank up 2. As a result, enough time has passed where MacSed has enough Stalkers here to deflect this. Only 3 workers have gone down, but the Adepts, they get in again.
Yeah, Adepts jump in there once again. Gerald going to just be getting those out as well. So being very conservative with his units, making sure that he keeps them alive. And we'll just be dipping into the main now to focus down some more probes.
Yeah, exactly. And enough damage has been done. Even though MacSed got the much faster natural base up and running, Gerald takes a lead in probes.
Yeah, really well done there. And he's going to be able to dip in once again with his Oracles getting a few more kills here. So yeah, Gerald just getting that slight lead, and we'll be able to just continue into a macro game.
Oh boy, exactly. We are getting into a macro game. Additional gateways are being thrown down. We have Blink on the horizon as well. Somehow, someway, Gerald's Blink is actually faster than that of MacSed. I believe MacSed, I think he went for like a Robo before Twilight Council. I did see a Robo being thrown down at some point. Oh my god, MacSed even investing in defensive cannons.
Yeah, MacSed wants to be extremely safe here against the constant harassers coming out from Gerald, and that should give Gerald the signal he needs to just go ahead and drop that 3rd base.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of resources are being spent on defenses here, resources that otherwise shouldn't be necessary. So, unfortunately, because of this, MacSed is being put a little bit behind. We do see, interestingly enough, he's actually going for his own Dark Shrine.
Yeah, so looking to go a little bit more all in off the 2 bases. We do see, in fact, Gerald is going to be throwing down that 3rd base, so just looking to play the more defensive game. He's got his Blink coming up, as does MacSed. But MacSed with the +1 as well might be able to hit a little bit of a timing here.
Oh, he definitely can. We have the War Prism on the horizon as well, so that MacSed can reinforce across the map. As long as he's able to babysit that Prism, you know, he will have that advantage going his way. Meanwhile, Gerald, he just finished up Blink. He's moving across the map. There's a very small window where he has that upgrade advantage, but in a couple of seconds, MacSed will get his... No!
Oh, that War Prism going to be going down, and the Stalkers are starting to skirmish here. They won't be able to get too much damage here. Nice Blink control, though, will be saving all of those low health ones.
Oh, yeah, they will save the low HP ones. Loses 1 Stalker in the end, but well worth it for a War Prism. Immediately, MacSed has to rebuild that and make a second. The Oracles, they dip in for a little bit more damage, and Gerald has to be, or MacSed has to be a little bit careful to make sure they don't get into the main base for that scout.
Oh, but very nice there. Gerald does kind of bring him one way, go the other. He's going to get a little bit of damage on this Nexus. Not going to be enough. Does take out a Stalker as he leaves, but I'm a little bit worried. I'm not sure if he's got an Observer yet, and he did lose one of those Oracles, so he is running a little short when it comes to detection.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit careful here. He has to respect these DTs or at least have an answer for them. We do have a Forge on the way so he can throw down some cannons and catch up in those upgrades. Protects Bay as well to get into Disruptors. But when it comes to detection, that's really what's going to matter right now. Does he have any? Especially because he's using that energy on that Oracle for a Stasis Trap.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, do you see MacSed just starting to poke in here with these Stalkers, getting into a pretty nice Stalker count. The Revelation goes down on the Stalkers. We'll be keeping an eye on them, but this is when the first DTs are going to be sent in.
Yeah, Observer's just about to finish up back at home for Gerald, so he will have detection nearby. Hopefully, it doesn't not too much damage is dealt here as first DT is slipping in towards the main.
Yeah, another DT being warped in here. The Stalkers are going to respond to the Prism, but doesn't look like we really have enough to deal with the detection. At the same time, MacSed just going to be concentrating all his efforts on the Stalkers as he distracts Gerald.
Oh, it looks like the DTs in the main base have overpowered some of these Stalkers. 5 probes have gone down in total. Not bad, but for 3 DTs, and I think maybe even the Prism may have gotten sniped as well.
Yeah, I think he might have got the Prism there, so Gerald just kind of playing a little bit faster than MacSed right now.
Yeah, just out multitasking a little bit, and at the end of everything, Max said he doesn't really have much of a worker lead. He's got like 2 on his opponent, and that's kind of it. So Gerald has been able to weather the storm, and now he just has a better tech as he's getting into double disruptor production.
Yeah, wow. I thought that was going to go really badly for Gerald, to be honest, and he kind of just deflected that quite effortlessly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the warpins were on point, the detection was on point as well. Things could have gotten out of hand, but Geralt was in full control. As you were saying, that disruptor count, it's getting higher and higher. He's still behind in upgrades, so overall, MacSed's Stalkers will be better than Geralt's. But he has to make sure his controller micro is on point against those Novas.
Yeah, 100%. That does just complicate things. Meanwhile, for MacSed, we see a lot more gateways going up. We see him going into that charge as well. We'll have that +2 timing with the charge as well to go for an attack as he gets his 4th.
Yeah, 4th is going to be on the way. At the same time, MacSed's pushing through the middle here. I'm sure hoping to maybe catch a couple of stray units, maybe even a disruptor. Alas, he isn't quite able to get anything. MacSed, though, is taking his own 4th base. Still no Bay, though, from what I can tell. Going into charge lots instead.
Yeah, MacSed just going solo. Don't need no Bay.
Don't need no Bay, just need charge lots, papi. They've got his back. They've got his back.
They were there for me when Bay wasn't.
Aye, they were there for me when I needed them most, papi. Aye.
Yeah, meanwhile, I do see the disruptors just creeping forward menacingly. We do have that blink away from MacSed, so he will be safe for now. Not going to be taking any of those massive Novas to the face, but this game is getting quite interesting here because MacSed does have a little bit of an eco lead for the first time.
He really does, and we'll see if Geralt is going to let him get away with that. We'll see when he decides, when he feels it is right to move out, as MacSed still has that supply lead. Geralt has all these disruptors, but as time goes on, like, MacSed will be able to close that gap. You know, he's got his own Bay on the way. He has realized that maybe he shouldn't left the Bay behind. You know, he's will you take me back? And she said yes. She's coming back, puppy. She's coming back.
I don't want to be alone anymore.
God.
You see MacSed just dipping in there once again with the Stalkers. He's going to pay with 1 Stalker, but just trying to batter away at those defenses of Gerald. Maybe set up for a Zealot run by at that angle a little bit later on. You see more Stalkers going down.
What does your brain go to when you think of the Bay? Like, what's...
Now I'm thinking of Michael Bay, and I'm thinking of explosions. Just thinking of, like, the Transformers guy just like diving out of a giant explosion, but with the paper bag on his head that says "not famous" or whatever it says.
Talking about, I said Michael Bean. No,
no.
The guy, the Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Yeah. You go.
Yeah.
Okay. My brain was in a completely different area. I was not thinking of Michael Bay.
Oh, what were you thinking?
I was thinking of, you know, Skater Boy? The song?
Like Avril Lavigne?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
She's your bae?
She's yeah. There you go. I don't know what I've only ever listened to the song. Oh my god!
Oh, the disruptor gets a whole bunch of Gerald's disruptor. That is the great equalizing disruptor right there.
Oh my god, exactly. A lot of disruptors going down here already for Gerald. Somehow, someway, I'm not really sure how this happened. Maybe it's because of the commitment into the DTs. But MacSed is already maxed out here. Not with the best army. It is Mass Stalker, Mass Charge Lot. But I mean, if he gets on top of these disruptors, it could be it. That's a lot of zealots.
Yeah, that is a lot of zealots coming through. So Gerald is going to have to be extremely careful with control. Definitely doesn't want to get those disruptors surrounded. And Max had done a pretty good job thus far hiding those zealots as well.
Yeah, exactly. Gerald still hasn't been able to make use of his mass DT, by the way. We have a large force headed towards that 4th base, but he wasn't able to pull the trigger. We do have a cannon here. Only one, though. It's not going to take long here for the DTs to focus it down.
Yeah, DT's just going to go right on top of that cannon while everything is happening all at the same time. Gerald going to be taking out that, going to be taking out a lot of these probes. That mineral line gets absolutely shredded, and he is not done there. He'll be moving over to the 3rd as well.
Yeah, exactly. These charge lots were left a little bit idle, but they're coming in from behind. They're coming in to try and get into all these disruptors, but one massive Nova goes off. The 2nd Nova goes off as well.
Wow, Gerald with incredible Novas there. He's going to be losing a couple of those disruptors, but the Stalkers are zoning out. The Stalkers of MacSed. Gerald doing a fantastic job of defending while these DTs run absolutely rampant. They take out the 4th for MacSed, and now they're going to take out the entire mineral line at the 3rd.
Yeah, this is what
more than paid for themselves.
This is what happens when you don't go in with your bae, puppy. Aye. Because even though Max said there was a time where he was ahead 30 army supply, Gerald with those disruptors, with those ETs, with just a superior army, was able to just completely out-control and outplay MacSed.
Yeah, we do have these massive disruptor shots coming in. Good blink coming out from MacSed. He's going to be able to pick out every single one of those disruptors, but not without another flanking one coming forward, and Gerald gets the win.
Wow, GG. Was a little bit scary there. Oh, look, his face is cold.
He's replacing it. He's putting it back. He's like, I remember what it was like long ago.
I knew I forgot to put something on today. As Gerald does take that first game, beautifully done. Getting through it all there with his disruptors, with his DTs. Beautiful. Without his stash.
He was a Protoss. He was a Protoss. Could it be any more obvious?
I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
He wore mustache. He wore IG. What more can I say?
Oh my god. My brain!
He was a mustache boy.
He was a mustache boy. He was a zealot boy.
He said, "See you later, mustache." It wasn't good enough for him.
Oh my god. Beautiful, Poppy. Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Oh god. When are we getting an Asher cover of the full song?
Never. There we go. Easy.
Oh
Answered that question.
You actually know the lyrics, Poppy. Oh my god.
Of course. Man, I was a bit of a scene kid.
Uh-huh.
How could you not?
Yeah. It's beautiful, Poppy.
Good times.
Beautiful.
Are you looking up the lyrics?
I am. Oh my god.
They're a bit different to what I had said. But...
Did Avril Lavigne ever sing anything else? Is that...
Not really. Nothing that you need to concern yourself with.
Okay, nothing important. Just Skater Boy. Okay.
Actually, she made a comeback recently. I think she was doing something with someone.
Recently?
With Travis Barker, I think?
Who?
Oh, in Youngblood.
Oh
there you go.
God.
She's back. And she looks the same, even though she's like 20 years older. It's very interesting. Oh, Girlfriend. Yeah. Oh my god, thank you.
Oh, Girlfriend? Is that like the sequel to Skater Boy?
Hang on, do the intros.
It's alright. We have MacSed, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing PSISTORM Gaming, we have Gerald.
Hey, you! I don't like your mustache.
Oh, I know the song. Yeah, I remember that song. Oh my god.
No way. Think you need a new one.
Oh my god. You just like unlocked a hidden memory.
Core memory unlocked.
Core memory unlocked. We're going to Venice.
Wait, what?
Oh my god. Wow. I looked at the lyrics.
Uncomplicated. Oh my god. No,
Oh
we
yeah,
suck.
complicated. Oh my god. Mate, she sang every song.
Yeah, we got some real fans in the chat.
Yeah, they know Papi.
Man, we don't put enough respect on the name.
On chat?
Nah, Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne.
Not
Yeah.
chat. Forget chat.
She was the Britney Spears of her time. Well, she was in the same time, right?
Maybe a tiny bit later.
Maybe later.
It's like dead on 2000. What are you looking up?
I'm so distracted. Go and make things so complicated. Oh my god, it's all coming back. It's beautiful, Puppy. It's beautiful. Why did she ever leave?
I don't know. Yeah, we should just do Avril Lavigne karaoke. Forget about the PvP.
We should. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, getting back to the PvP, we've had some pretty standard openers here. I say standard once again. This is something that I noticed in our Polish tournaments recently when casting Gerald. Even on some of these more defensible maps, he just, even if he doesn't intend to be aggressive, he keeps going for these double gate openers.
God, Sheldon just linked me a Hello Kitty song by Avril Lavigne.
Oh,
I have no idea what this is. I don't think I've heard this before. We'll save that for later.
Ay.
Yeah, we do have that one gate expand coming out from MacSed, and for Gerald going for the Stargate once again, this time from home. Wants to be the aggressor once again, as we do see this crab just scuttling away from MacSed's probe.
And you fall, and you crawl, and you break, and you take what you get, and you turn into, oh my god. We do have that Stargate opener here. We do have the Oracle headed across the map. This time, it is not going to be proxy though, so it's going to take a little bit longer here, less committed. So MacSed can actually get into his game a little bit easier.
He's done an AsherBro wall. This is how I do my walls. I don't leave space for a gateway. Oh no.
Look, it's fine, Papi. It's look. It may look obtuse to some, but it looks beautiful to others. Okay, it's amazing.
What's one man's trash is another man's
treasure.
Avril Lavigne #1 hit.
Avril Lavigne, skater boy.
Yeah, we do have this shield battery in the main, so that is just going to be denying any damage, but it looks like we are going to be fully committing for this stasis trap and getting a decent number of probes, as well as the Stalker and the Sentry.
Yeah, high risk, high reward there for Gerald. I didn't think that he would be able to pull that off, but there we go. Meanwhile, we have a second Oracle going to meet up with the first. Not that much energy remaining here on the first Oracle, but again, the potential for damage is going to be there nonetheless, as we're going back into the main.
Yeah, we do have the two Oracles now. They will be able to sync up those attacks, get that one-shot potential through the shield battery.
Yeah, exactly. Already 3 of these workers going to be going down. We get a tag on those Stalkers as well, just to keep an eye on the rotations and recognize when there's going to be a way into another one of these mineral lines. Not a bad start here for Geralt. Once again, 2 games in a row, despite delaying his Nexus, is able to equalize in those probes.
Yeah, that's right. So once again, is feeling very confident in his ability to just play his own game, get himself back into back from any deficit that there might be. Meanwhile, you see MacSed going to be wailing away on his own gateway, opening back up that door for himself, and probably looking to expand as well. And once again, we see Gerald further ahead on the third.
Oh, exactly. Third base already thrown down. I mean, MacSed should get eyes on this soon, as we do have a hallucination coming across the map just to get a scout of. Oh, but if he does get taken down here at the natural base, then he is going to be in the dark, as we see our Robo thrown down first here for Geralt. Oh, sorry, for MacSed.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have that Robo a little bit earlier. That does give him the potential if he wants to go for more of a two-base all-in style play, but we do actually see him going for the Forge behind that, so most likely not going to be that. Just going to be a little bit behind once again.
Oh boy. Here we go. And yeah, outside of that, once again, we are seeing both players in a way mirror each other. Like Gerald, he's still ahead worker-wise. He's like ahead with his third base as well. I guess the big difference is that because MacSed did go for a faster Robo, we got the Prism on the way, so he's looking to be that much more aggressive.
Yeah, there definitely is a lot more potential to be more aggressive. So that Prism is started up. We're seeing a lot more Stalkers getting warped in as well. Looks like both players still a little bit of a ways off with the Twilight, if I'm not just forgetting that they already had that. They don't have Blink, do they?
These are good questions. I think they do. Am I crazy? Are we crazy?
Oh
my god.
Oh, he sure does. Oh, the Warp Prism goes down. That answers that question.
Oh no, once again, 2 games in a row. MacSed loses his very first Prism. We do see, though he is able to trade a little bit better this time, picks off a couple additional Stalkers as Gerald goes to the retreat. But again, MacSed, he was intending to be aggressive. He wanted to be across the map, but he's going to be delayed so much here as he's forced to rebuild his Prism.
Yeah, exactly. As we do see, these are Blinky boys just chasing each other back and forth across the map. We do see the Stalkers disrespectfully just stomping all over the sponsors of the World Team League.
Oh my god, no, not the sponsors, Papi. That's where the money comes from. As at the same time, we do have 2 of these Oracles getting into the main base. 10 workers go down at the cost of an Oracle, but again, more than worth it already here. As Max said, look at that probe count.
Yeah, what happened to them? I feel like he wasn't on 39 before. He must have lost a few other to something else at some point.
He hasn't been making probes. I mean, look at the production. The production tab is a sad sight to behold here. As he is all in right now, he is looking to end the game one way or the other with what he has. Even goes for a couple of these hallucinated Archons are going to be able to tank some of these shots.
Yeah, they are actually taking quite a lot of damage, but Gerald is wise to that now, sees the first one go down. He's going to be snapping out one of those sentries as well. Pretty good amount of Stalkers here, but we still have that shield battery overcharge available for Gerald. There it is now.
Yeah, exactly. The overcharge is insane. Max said he's still slightly ahead in that army supply, but the first Immortal comes out. That changes everything. We have a second Immortal on the horizon as well. It is quite isolated, so maybe MacSed can focus it down here if it does come into the fray.
Yeah, exactly, but it looks like it's kind of chilling up the top there. It is going to reveal itself now. The Blink is going to go on top of those, on top of that Immortal. Is going to be using the Sentry just to trap it in there as well. The Blink Micro going down furiously, but I don't think this is going to be enough for MacSed.
Yeah, exactly. He's just been torn apart this game, just slowed down time and time again. Finally, when he gets here, there's almost nothing left. GG gets called, and Gerald takes the 2-0.
GG, a great 2-0 coming out from Gerald. Didn't need the mustache for his power. He can do it without. Oh, nice smile there. Very nice. Good boy.
Nice smile. And you know what? It's one of those things where
I get to see it fully.
yeah, it's able to come through the facial hair. And he's got how long until Atlanta? Was it a week, 2 weeks?
Oh, you're asking if he can grow it back in time?
He's got 2 weeks to grow it back, mate. It can be done. It can be done. I'm sure there's some kind of like oils or like supplements that you can take to like to help out with that. So
he's gonna sit in the mirror with his arm just like grr. I need you back so I can be cool for my friends.
Yeah. Regardless, very well played there by Gerald. Again, unique openers when, again, he is a little bit adverse to going for the gate expands, but making up for it very well both games.
Yeah, exactly. Was able to get himself back into the game and more really quickly, but that is the end of the PvP. And now we have the first Terrans of the night.
Yes, let's go, the Terrans. They've just been lunking in the chat, Papi. They've been waiting for their moment to strike, and now, bam! They're here.
Kabam!
There's so many of them that they even have to kill each other.
It's not really a kabam. It's more kind of like a.
What do you mean right now? What are you
kabam
saying?
sounds too strong. We need to properly represent the power of Terran. It's just kind of
powerful,
Papi. It's just like 2 balloons, kind of just like.
Balloons can be scary.
And then bouncing off each other. Are you scared of balloons?
The sound they make, man. They can. The sound when they pop. That's a proper bang, mate. Oh my god.
Okay.
But yes, we are going to be getting into our TVT here. Coffee versus Special. The question is, when we do get those player cams, is Special going to have his Starbucks at the ready, like many others have had before him?
True. Does he have the coffee pop-up? I was gonna ask. I mean, I thought you were gonna ask. Is he gonna have Gerald's mustache? Is it gonna be Special? Just gave it to him.
What? What?
Maybe Gerald didn't completely shave it off. He just gave it to Special,
What
and
are you
Special's
talking-
gonna be wearing it.
What are you saying? Oh, do you
I don't
think
know, they're on
maybe
the
he
same
thought?
team.
Yeah, maybe he thought Special would need his power, so he
Yeah,
he
I mean, Gerald's
passed.
such a
Mm.
he's such a nice guy. He's like, you need it more than I do.
Yeah. It's like a passing of the torch, you know. You give something that means a lot to you to, like, you know, your good friend, and it's his mustache.
Take care of it. Keep it safe.
Keep it safe, puppy. I'll come back for it one day.
When I need it, I will call on you. But until then,
Until then, you need it more than I do.
yeah, as we do have these two players matching up. These are two very stylistic Terrans in their own right. Coffee, very famous for more aggressive builds, and Special, quite lately has been famous for both his mech and for his 2 starport openings.
Oh, yeah. Special. I mean, I feel like he kind of popularized that 2 starport opener quite a bit. I think maybe even TY started it, question mark. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm sure everything that Juanito does started from TY in some way. But Coffee is no slouch. You know, we were praising Firefly when it came to SSLT. Likewise, Coffee is the ace for a reason for Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very strong player. He's been doing very well for these teams for his team in Team League. And coming on to Stargazers, this is a map that you're not usually going to see in TVT. It's a map that Terrans like to ban, but of course, in this tournament, you do have the potential to be playing on any maps. And I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing maybe a bit of a Proxy Rax Reaper, which is something I've been seeing a lot here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a proxy on Stargazers, especially as it is the first game of a best of 2. You know, the players have a little bit of leeway to be a little bit more crazy. They have been preparing for this for the past couple of days. I know that the kind of time between round 6 and round 7, it's like a day in between. We haven't had a lot of time to breathe. I understand that. But regardless, they have been preparing nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. They have had a little bit of time to prepare, so I think both players will be very familiar with how each other play as well. So yeah, just depends if anyone's got any sneaky little nasty tricks. The other thing I will say, we'll do the intros first. Top left-hand corner, playing for IG. This is Coffee.
Oh, and in the top right-hand corner of Stargazers representing PSISTORM Gaming, it is Special.
And Coffee is proxy raxing.
Yeah, we got 2 SCVs out on the map, Uppy. They are here. They are ready to throw down that eBay block.
So this is kind of an interesting thing where, like, this is a good spot to proxy rax, but it's kind of the only spot, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows about it now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Special scouting this out.
He should be scouting this. You're not wrong. As you said, it is a quite common location. Meanwhile, we were trying to piece together. We were trying to think, where could the mustache have gone? You were right. Juanito has it. He has part of it.
He's got some of it. He's got some of it.
He's got some of it, Bobby. Maybe the rest of it got like lost in transit. You know, like the Korean mail just lost it. You know how the postal service is.
Rain, hail, shine. Maybe it got rained on.
Maybe it got rained on, mate. Oh god! As so far this has gone unscattered. Special does go for his scout across the map. Only just now getting eyes on the missing Raxes.
Yeah, so we'll get an eye on that. Considering that he was going for the scout, he most likely was going for a Reaper reactor build, so he knows now just not to get that reactor, needs to get a few more units. Should be a reasonably comfortable hold with the double gas, and is actually even getting a bunker. This is a pretty strong reaction.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He really wants to shut this down. A couple of boys are being pulled as well. The bunker is going to be on the way. SCV going to get picked up here by Special. Looks like the building SCV on that bunker barely manages to survive as well.
Yeah, Special just going to be holding that high ground jump off. Meanwhile, we do see him going into the Marines as well, so we'll be very safe to defend this. Does have the SCVs pre-pulled as well, so gets a nice little trade there with the Reapers and keeps himself safe for now.
Yeah, deals a lot of DPS, a lot of damage to said Reaper, keeping Coffee back for the time being. Meanwhile, he still has not stopped that Reaper production, finally throwing down his factory back at home as he does get up back into the main base. Oh, has to be careful not to lose that Reaper.
Yeah, you're starting to use his depot as well to make a wall off, so I think what he will be looking to do here is just get himself safe and secured back at home and then send a counterattack across, so he won't be pinned back by these Reapers.
Yeah, exactly, and just like that, already one Reaper going down, a second Reaper is going to go down, one more volley, there it is, and Coffee losing a lot for a little here.
Yeah, the shot's lining up for the Hellion, and the Hellion is going to go down a little bit careless there by Special, but has cleaned up this attack, and that does mean that he is free to go across the map now.
Yeah, exactly. The momentum has swung in favor of Special. Ooh, the Reaper even getting stuck for a moment there.
That was really weird. That kind of looks like a bug in the map, maybe.
He was like just drifting and doing some donuts.
This is vibing.
Oh my god. Coffee though, he's still undeterred. Again, it makes sense that, like, especially because Special has that map control, or at least his unit count is getting a little bit more scarier. We do see continued Reaper production. He hasn't sent his Raxus home yet. Oh, as that Cyclone is on the way for Special.
Yeah, interesting by Coffee to keep making the Reapers here. He has lost all momentum, but yeah, as you were saying, might want to be trying to catch Special being a little bit greedy or trying to make sure that he keeps the units at home. But we do see Special going into Magfield off the Cyclones. This is something that's quite particular to Special. You sometimes also see Gumiho do it, but it's otherwise fairly rare for top Terrans to open with Magfield Cyclones.
Yeah, that's the thing about Special, you know, there's a reason why we kind of even sometimes make some relations to Gumiho, where he's just kind of his own player, he does things his own way, you know, he's not really one to just follow the meta, he finds his own kind of styles, and part of that is going for Macfield, as you were saying.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Coffee going for a very aggressive build of his own, getting that medevac going across the map, reaching up into some higher Reaper numbers, so he will be able to put on a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he is putting a lot of his eggs into this one basket. A lot of Reapers devoted to this aggression. We'll see if he can get any damage done. We do have a little bit of a scouting overlord here. This Rax is going to be able to confirm the opener, confirm the defensive position of Special and the researching tech lab.
Yeah, it does soak up a couple of those lock-ons as well, so there's a good time for Coffee to jump in right away. We do see Special pulling his SCVs away to safety, but with these three Cyclones, should be able to clean this up. But wow, incredible micro coming out from Coffee, using that pickup micro to dodge the lock-ons.
Oh yeah, exactly. The juggling was crazy just to try and reduce as much DPS as possible and get the most out of his units. But in the end, Special is still able to deflect everything. He's got those three Cyclones, and now Magfields has finished up.
Yeah, Magfield is done. He is moving across the map with those two Cyclones. There is going to be a little bit of an interception coming down from Coffee, but these Magfield Cyclones, they will just shred. But incredible. Wow, what micro coming out of Coffee.
Yeah, exactly. He just goes Super Saiyan for a moment there. Even takes down the medevac as well.
That was incredible. Using that one Cyclone and the few Reapers, manages to take out the two Magfield Cyclones and the medevac without losing anything.
Oh my god, it's again not really something you see too often, and we can't even say that it's ping because Juanito, he is back in Korea, by the way, so the ping differential between these two players is quite minimal. He's going to be moving out once again though with these Cyclones, going to be able to maintain map control in case the drop was moving out across map. It will be spotted, goes for a scan, does miss the building third CC.
Yeah, honestly, that's just sick micro out of Coffee. Yeah. I felt like it was tricking my eyes. I didn't really know what was happening there.
It was an optical illusion, papi. Again, Coffee cracked when he does, of course, have his attention on his units. At the same time, going to be trying to get on top of these Cyclones.
Yeah, we just see this Raven actually straying really far. Could be in danger from these Cyclones as well. Both Cyclones going down for Coffee. And wow, Coffee is just dominating Special right now in the micro department.
Yeah, Special loses 2 more Cyclones. He loses his Raven as well. We still have plenty of energy on the Ravens of Coffee as he's going for a counterattack. He's got his medevac, he's got his tank, he's got enough for a disable, maybe even 2.
Yeah, I mean, Special just lost 4 Cyclones, so Coffee has to know that he's going to be a little bit behind on his tank count.
Yeah, exactly. He goes for the scan. The Ravens are moving on forward. The Marines are trying to intercept, but you know what? The disables, they get off anyway.
Yeah, Disables get off. The Cyclone's going to be using their lock-ons on those Marines. We do have a little bit of an SEV pull as well, but once again, Coffee's micro is absolutely on point.
Yeah, exactly. In the end, though, he does end up losing both Ravens, and even though he got the disables off, he wasn't able to get on top of those tanks. He just didn't have enough army on the ground to break through all those Marines and workers, so very clutch defense there by Special.
Yeah, exactly. We do see both players kind of just going back and forth, getting close to dealing decisive blows, but the defense has been solid, and Coffee is going to be able to poke into the back here. Those Landed Vikings will do a lot of damage to the SCVs if they get on top of them.
Oh my god, exactly. So far being a little bit conservative here with his push, but we have a lock-on on that Raven, a lot of DPS being dealt to it. Meanwhile, the Vikings of Special land as well.
Yeah, they will be taking out some of these units from Coffee. Might have been a little bit of an overextension from Coffee here, unfortunately.
Oh, exactly. He doesn't really get much for this trade. He trades with the Vikings, I guess. Oh, does get an additional Viking towards the end there. Special miscalculating a little bit. I could be mistaken, but I think that Raven of Special got away. Yeah, there it is. Oh.
Yeah, that's really big. That Raven represents a lot of value for later into the game, and we do see Special does have his medevacs up and going. We see both players going for medevacs as well. This is something I was going to talk about before. Quite often on this map, because of those back bases, because of the short air distance, you do see players much more favoring drop styles, which isn't as common in TVT unless you're watching a Beyond game, but on a map like this, it's pretty favored.
Yeah, and just as you say that, you know, Coffee is listening to the stream. Shout out to Coffee. He throws down a ring of turrets at his natural, hyper aware of the potential of drops. Doesn't want to be caught off guard by that. Is going to be taking control of that Zonaga as well. At the same time, though, Special, his tank count is getting quite high, and he's finally has the confidence to move out onto the map.
Yeah, we do see Coffee going for a 4th here as well, so if Coffee can survive this next few minutes, he will be in a very nice position, but that is a big if, as we see Special continuing to exacerbate that difference in the tank count.
Yeah, exactly. Even takes off a Viking in the retreat as well. The tank count is looking insane. There's still no way in towards that pocket base, but one of those turrets was in range and is even going to go down.
Yeah, we are seeing these Vikings set up. They're going to be very important for the defensive Coffee as he sets up his own drop across the map. Nice big drop to get a bit of pressure off himself. He does seem to have stalled out this push of Special.
Yeah, Special, meanwhile, he's just about to reinforce this push, so he's going to have minimal units at home to defend. So this is going to be the ideal scenario for Coffee to get some damage, as he does get spotted.
Yeah, he does get spotted. Kind of looks like he was almost looking for a surround on the army of Special here, but this is not going to be the fight you're looking for. Great target fire from the tanks. He's going to be taking out all the Marines of Special, but another overextension fortunately gets out of here with the medevacs.
Yeah, I'm of 2 minds of this push here from Coffee. He got a lot of shots off with those tanks, but he loses 2 more of them. So Special, he's just getting further and further ahead in that tank count, and I feel like that's just kind of, at some points, like, key here in TVT.
Yeah, Coffee's been very wasteful with his tanks at this point, and he does have a really low tank count, which means that he has to play more heavily into Marine medevac, has to be fighting for that map control because he doesn't want to let Special get too close to his bases now.
Exactly. He has to slow down any kind of siege push here from Special. We do see his army responding to the Zonaga. Likewise, Special also meeting up with this rotation.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to be seeing him poking around here. But yeah, he's lost so many tanks throughout this game. And we can see that that means that Special can start to go for this kind of slow push. And it's going to be really hard for Coffee to respond as another tank gets sniped.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, Special, he smells weakness. He stims with what little units he has and takes down another tank. Only a single Marine survived that engagement. But again, trading Marines for tanks is what we want to be seeing here. And Coffee, he's desperate. He's going for a Doom drop. Oh, he gets scanned!
Yeah, that is a very well-timed scan, so it's going to drop once again outside of the range of the scan. We do see Special just repositioning as well, so that has kind of done his job. We see him stimming actually to try to find that drop, but yeah, it's a little obvious. Coffee didn't go for that drop after all.
Yeah, he's good enough to respect Special's vision and awareness, so he doesn't go for it in the end, just delays it as he rotates over around, trying to avoid Special's army. Oh, but nice spot of Marine there by Special, is aware of it.
Yeah, that spot on Marine is absolutely crucial. One way that Coffee could get himself back into this game with a superior Marine count is catching these tanks out in an open area of the map and getting a big surround on them.
Yeah, exactly. If he can ever do that, if he can ever somehow reset that tank out, that is going to be big money for Coffee. He's looking for it, but right now in a head-to-head engagement Special, he just slow pushes with his tanks. Oh boy, he's getting even more starports up and running.
Yeah, we do see Special a little bit ahead on that starport transition. I do really like this considering he has a tank lead. If you want to play this slow push style, Viking Raven is going to be a fantastic complement to that. And once again, a fantastic scan. He's going to realize that there's a lot of Marines missing, and Coffee just getting caught at every corner.
Yeah, Special spots the drop anyway with that Marine as well, so Special sees all. But does he, though? Because it doesn't look like he's responding. He's more concerned with his own attack. He wants to try to find a way into this triangular third.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little bit of an angle in here. The Vikings going to give the vision, so we're going to see some of these tanks of Coffee going down. And once again, that lead that Special has in the tanks just getting further and further ahead. But Coffee, he's poking around with these Marines. Looks like there was a bit of a skirmish. Maybe went into a tank line there, lost a lot of them. And this is a hard position to break now for him.
Yeah, there's a reason why Special was so confident despite seeing that drop. Meanwhile, it looks like Coffee's going to be going for a massive surround.
Yeah, Coffee's going to be going for it, sending in all the Marines. A little bit mistimed there, especially with the SEV pool. And he is going to get a few of these tanks, but it's just not enough. And Special looks like he's going to be able to take this one down.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the great start from Coffee, all things considered, the way that he was able to manhandle all those Cyclones, when it came to the positioning, Special was just too good. He had so many tanks. He traded so much more efficiently. Coffee threw everything he could at this wall, and still the tank survived.
Yeah, still the tanks survive. We do see a few more of the tanks of Coffee edging forward to Special. Gotta be careful here not to overextend, but with that Viking lead, with that tank lead, he can set up a position here to work his way forward from, as long as he reinforces carefully, and there's a lot more tanks where that came from. He even has a Raven transition on the way.
Oh yeah, Corvid Reactors is on the horizon. Even Doom drops a couple of these Marines, or sorry, it just drops a couple of these Marines on top of these tanks, taking out one of them, just being as efficient as possible. Coffee does have a fourth base behind this, like economically, like he's not looking too bad here. He just needs time to rebuild.
Yeah, that was a cute move out of Special, just dropping those Marines ahead to soak up the tank shots and try to get his own tank shots on. We do see the Liberator coming forward as well, so Coffee realizes he needs to go right away, and this might be a bit of an overextension coming out from Special. He has to be careful that he reinforces with his tanks before he goes any further.
Yeah, exactly, but oh my god, we have another clutch disable there. Double disable on the tanks of Coffee. It felt like maybe Coffee would be able to hold on and push Special back, but no, he just doesn't stop going. It's crazy, papi.
Yeah, Ravens are absolutely insane in this matchup. That's why we see that so standardly as Special is going, instead of into the 8 racks like Coffee was doing, into more of a traditional high Stargate style. And yeah, the turret's going down. This is just going to be too much coming out from Special.
Yeah, it really is. Coffee is trying to hold on for dear life with what little he has with his Marines, with his tanks. But finally, the Vikings land as well, taking down the last remaining tanks. And with those dead tanks, Coffee just doesn't have anything left.
G is called, and Special. It was a hard one. We see him shaking his head. We know he's not that happy with it. It was a little bit messy of a conversion of that win, but he gets it in the end, and that's what matters. And he will be putting another one on the board for PSISTORM.
Oh, exactly. And this is a pretty important one because, again, Coffee was looking so good in the first. It felt like he was looking so good in the first half of that game. And this is really where, like, Invictus Gaming are relying on Coffee to get some points on the board to cause the upset here. Very similar situation to SSLT versus Alpha X. But yeah, Coffee having a rough start to his best of 2.
Yeah, and that puts them 3-0 up. XY 2-0ing MaxPax. That's a tough ask. XY is a very good player, but MaxPax, he's in phenomenal shape at the moment, looking like quite easily one of the best Protosses in the world.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people can say that maybe MaxPax top 3 Protoss. You know, he's definitely up there, up in the land of Europe. Top 2 for Europe for sure. Himself and Showtime, in their own like respective ways. But for this TBT, looks like Waterfall has been chosen.
I think he's better than Showtime. I actually think he's the number 2 Protoss in the world right now.
Oh, I think I agree. Yeah, I think definitely Showtime has been underperforming recently. Like that's the sad truth about Showtime at the moment. But I'm a little bit surprised here. Coffee picking another small map.
Yeah, Coffee going to be going for Waterfall, and this is a map that we have seen Special go for his 2 starport style on, especially into mech. This can be a map that once you're set up on that third, because you have so much high ground around your third, it can be extremely hard to break a mech on this map. And that covers a lot of the map as well, because the map just is tiny.
Yeah, it really is. Like, there are very few bases to take. Doesn't take long to move out across the map and engage your opponent. So yeah, we'll see what kind of styles our players are going to go for. Have you seen Coffee play mech before? We've all seen Special play mech, but yeah.
No. I don't think it's really his kind of style. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to attack.
Yeah. He wants to be in your face, Papi, and that's something he was trying to do last game. You know, he was there were so many moments where he would load up and he was trying to get across the map, but Special's map vision and map awareness was so good.
Yeah, exactly. Special did a really good job just with those spotter marines, with throwing down the scans at the right time, just not letting Coffee get away with anything.
Oh yeah. Can be very difficult. And speaking of difficult, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Waterfall, we have representing Invictus Gaming, Coffee.
And in the top right-hand corner, with the chance to secure this win for PSISTORM, this is Special.
Here we go. That's Coffee. Everything is resting on his shoulders right now. If his team wants a chance at winning this series, at progressing on forward against PSISTORM Gaming, can he pull it off? Can he do it?
Yeah, there's a lot riding on this one, as we do see both players just going for the standard double gas opening. Coffee not going to be opting to go for that Proxy Rax Reaper again, which honestly didn't go too well in that last game, despite him being able to get himself back into it with some stellar Cyclone Micro.
Definitely. We'll see if Special can show that to us all. You know, I'm sure he wants to redeem himself and his Cyclone control as well, that he was trying to make work last game, as the SCVs do pass by each other. No boops though, just passing through.
No what?
No boops. You know how when probes go across the map, they like,
yeah, they're male SCVs.
Yeah. What? 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 What are you saying?
It's alright, it's too hard to explain. But
what?
No, I'm gonna leave you hanging.
Do you think I said boobs?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
Such a clever joke. Gotcha.
It's 2 a.m. everyone. It's 2 a.m.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, it sure is. As Coffee is going to be going straight into that reactor. So Coffee looking for the reactor build. Most likely going to be going into 5 Reapers, 3 Hellions here. Something that has been a lot more popular lately. Just kind of keeps you safe against most builds. Allows for a little bit of aggression yourself as well. But looks like Special is going to be diverging from that a little bit.
Oh yeah, diverging a little bit. You know, I was gonna say that our jokes weren't good to begin with, and now it's we're getting into those twilight hours,
scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
But
oh boy,
we are seeing Special go for the Beyond build.
Oh,
now I can add him to the list of players that do the Beyond build. It's Beyond, Vindicta, and Special.
Okay. So is this when he goes for the 2-1-1, but he He sent his Marine across the
Yeah,
map.
yeah,
without
but he
the
floats
medevac.
his racks to get the
Yeah,
overload.
yeah, let's go. Let's go. Um, as Special does have that starport on the way, and I guess you're alluding to the fact that he's going to be going Banshee first.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be 2 Cyclones and a Banshee.
Beautiful, beautiful. And
Cool
the
build.
2-1-1.
And the 2. Sure, why not? Why not?
Just do it all, Papi. All things beyond. As Special's just going to be waiting for it. For that, there we go. The Banshee is going to be on the way, and this is quite cheeky. This can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and it also happens to pretty much blind counter what Coffee's doing. So if Coffee does fully commit, the 2 Cyclones are going to guarantee some kills on the Hellions, and then the Banshee can just clean everything up. So we do see Special very quick to react, is pulling those SCVs. That's a beautiful reaction, so really nicely done.
Oh, yes, saves every single one of his workers. Oh, the first Cyclone gets saved. Oh, just barely.
Yeah, Cyclone will be going down to the Reapers, and the other Cyclone probably going to be going down too. So I would say this is pretty close to an even trade. That's a lot to lose. There's 2 Cyclones, and it does take away the main basis of this build for Special, which is establishing map control. But at the same time, Coffee didn't get any SCV damage.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that's kind of what he was looking for, especially at the natural. So Special did a great job at keeping his workers alive. Not so much when it came to keeping the Cyclones alive, though, as he's slipping in with his Reapers and just going to be able to get a full scout off, maybe get a worker.
It's going to dip down to this natural, but the Reaper not really going to be able to get anything for its troubles. But the Reapers, of course, at this stage of the game, not going to be too useful, as we do see both players kind of cancelling each other out going into a standard macro game. And there we go. There's that second starport. So we will be seeing Special going into a hefty Viking Raven push.
Yeah, let's go again. This is kind of his bread and butter. I feel like he does this almost every TVT, like at some point in a series. If he goes unscouted, I remember a time where a lot of people were like really shocked by this when it first came into the fray. When it comes to how much control you can get with all those Vikings.
Yeah, so you get this massive push where you basically have a little bit more, like maybe 1 or 2 more Vikings than your opponent, and you have 1 or 2 Ravens more than your opponent as well. And every time I see it, I'm so confused because it just looks like you just have more of everything. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. But it is quite all in. You are trading off a fair bit of your economy. You're not going to have the Marine upgrades or anything like that anywhere near as fast. It's very expensive to make Vikings like this. But yeah, it's something that we've seen him use to great success. I remember him almost taking Clem down in a best of 5, and every game looked incredibly close.
Yeah, like it was insane what he's been able to accomplish with this build. Of course, that was earlier on in the year. Now time has gone on. This build more or less is a lot more known by the populace. But we'll see how this goes here, as again the Viking count is continuing to get higher and higher as we have 3 Vikings being produced at a time. Coffee is getting his 3rd base on location here, and that is going to be the target for Special as he moves out across the map.
I also really like this in particular as a response to what Coffee was doing. So Coffee's starport production is fairly delayed by the fact that he went 5 Reaper 3 Hellion. But it looks like Coffee's actually the one that wants to get aggression done himself. He's gone for a 3 Raven build, which does open him up to a timing now. But that timing is going to evaporate as more Vikings come out for Special.
Yeah, exactly. He has to be so careful with this Raven control. What he does is he forces Special to siege up. He actually forces him back off as well. So Coffee's going to be buying a lot of time, and he's going to have a lot of mining going on at that 3rd base, as he is going to be able to siege up in range of the 3rd of Special.
Yeah, he's going to be jumping right in there, just threatening with those Ravens as well, can throw down some turrets. This CC here in quite a lot of trouble. I'm surprised to see Special not lifting it up yet.
Yeah, very late lift up. It is on fire. At least he is able to keep it alive. Meanwhile, the Ravens, they dive on closer, and they do get the disables off.
Yeah, every disable going down. He's going to be jumping right on top of that, but there are plenty of Ravens where that comes from for Special. Kind of a bit of a build order counter, but he is going to be landing his Vikings against these tanks, so does lose a little bit of that advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Still, though, I believe he does maintain his Viking lead. At least Coffee was able to turn back and keep 2 of his Ravens alive, but that was a pretty costly attack.
Yeah, exactly. So that does
once
again even things up. But can he get the Ravens?
Oh my God! Gets a volley off. Yeah, the Ravens, they barely managed to survive. It looks like Special's going to be sieging on in range there. That's a lot of tanks.
Yeah, a lot of tanks, a lot of Vikings coming in here. They're going to be able to decimate these SCVs. We see some turrets going down here as well, and the entire mineral line goes down. These tanks are still here. I think Special's done it.
Yeah, there's just far too much. Special has broken on through. He's broken the backbone of the defense here, at least at the third base. And he's just going to continue to reinforce. We do see Coffee actually opting to land some Vikings on the right-hand side. Does pick off a tank, dealing a lot of damage to the others, but Special, he just mules Poppy. Let's go.
Get out of my game now. He needs to repair those tanks.
Oh god, yes, it's just for the repairs, Copium, don't worry. Oh my god, just topping up those tanks where you can.
I've seen some Special meals before.
we definitely have. Meanwhile, Coffee, really ambitious. He's sending out 2 full medevacs across the map here. Will they be able to unload before the game ends? Let's find out.
Yeah, I really like this, but at the same time, with the Liberator here for Special, it's going to be pretty hard for Coffee to stall this out. And already getting some damage. One of those medevacs goes down full of Marines, and Coffee is not happy with that. He knows that this is over now.
Yeah, this was his Hail Mary play. 2 full drops of Marines designed to maybe take out a mineral line. Meanwhile, the boys are being pulled. Coffee, with a last-ditch effort to try and break this tank line, is going to be able to take down a large number of these tanks. But at what cost, Bob?
Yeah, what cost indeed. We do see the Vikings being landed. They're going to shred those Vikings. That does sway the fight. Those last few SCVs going down. 48 SCVs going down the last couple of minutes. The last tank is gone, and I think this is the end for Coffee.
Yeah, the end for Coffee, the end for IG, as with 2-2-0s in favor of StarCraft Gaming, they will not be able to turn this around with a single best-of-2 series. Once again, pulling the boys, he knows that his team life is on the line right now. He's trying his hardest to hold on, but there's only so much you can do, Papa.
I've never seen the SCVs flipped like that. It's 18 SCVs versus 81.
Oh my god. Absolutely. Maybe he needs some Asher inspiration from your pattern cases. GG gets called, and Special. Oh, does he have the coffee? No coffee cup. Just a couple of shrugs. Yeah,
just a couple little shrugs there as he does take his team, PSISTORM, to the victory over IG. But IG, they're still in it to get some maps. XY, mindset of the strong. He's not going to be phased by his team going down.
Oh, yeah. Look, if anyone has the mind to take down MaxPax, it is going to be XY. He's going to come in swinging. He's going to come in confident. He is going to need it. As he's going up against one of the best Protoss in the world.
Yeah, exactly. MaxPax, an incredibly strong Protoss, and he's especially good when it comes to defense. And I kind of feel like XY's path to victory here is going for some out of left field one base build that he has shown that he has in his repertoire, especially in these team leagues. But MaxPax, he can kind of make magic happen. He gets into these situations where I look at what he has and I'm like, you've been so greedy. You have so few units. There's no way you hold here. And he just does. And I don't know how.
It's so interesting. It's so calculated how MaxPax, it feels like he knows exactly what he can get away with, and to a lot of people it's like, now there's no way, right? There's no way he can defend upon taking this base or probing up this much or taking up this much, but he's able to pull it off anyway. He's a very technical player in that respect. And yeah, kind of a great up and coming player that has really been able to prove himself these past couple of years and solidify himself as one of the best in Europe.
Yeah, 100%. He is one of the up-and-coming players. When I think of the young up-and-coming players in Europe, I think of Clem, I think of Raynor, I think of Cyril. Well, Cyril not really up-and-coming. He's kind of already proved himself. Not that the others haven't, but MaxPax as well. Kind of rounding out that trio of Clem, Raynor, and MaxPax of these young guns rising up.
Yeah, exactly. Like the next wave, the next generation of pro gamers, age-wise. We mean age-wise. They have been competing for a number of years. But yeah, it's crazy how good they have gotten and how good they continue to get as well. It's not like they've stagnated in any way. You can definitely say that MaxPax has been getting stronger and stronger as this year has progressed.
Yeah, 100%. I recently watched, I can't remember what it was for, but on Scarlet's stream, she was playing against MaxPax, and
Mhm.
she was even saying then, like 3-4 months later, since the last time she played him, that he'd gotten way stronger.
Yeah, it just goes to show that whatever his practice regiment is, whether it's practicing, whether it's playing Kerrigan Survival 2, maybe he's playing some Tarkov or some cool, whatever it is, it's working. It's working.
Finish your sentence. He's playing Call of Duty.
It's like, he's playing COD, mate. He was
Playing Dota.
He's in the open beta, yeah. He's doing 10 mans, mate, and he's 5 of them by himself. It's crazy. I don't know if that's a thing. Is it 10? Is it 8? I don't know. Oh god. But yeah, XY definitely a tall order to ask, but we have seen upsets in World Team League before.
We have, and in TVP, if you're the Terran, anything's possible.
True. The truth comes out finally, Asher. Now that we've gotten into the 2 a.m., the 3 a.m., the defenses are down, the filter is off, and just truth flows through, Poppy. Oh my
Man,
god.
I've seen firsthand what can happen in this matchup. You can get some cheeky wins.
Yeah. There's a lot that can be done here, but we'll see what XY has planned. Whether it's something akin to Widowmine drops, whether we have some proxies, or even something crazy, depending on the map. Like proxy factory with like an armory or something crazy, or some kind of timing on 1 base or 2 base. Yeah. Have you done that?
Give me tingly feelings.
Oh no.
I haven't done. I've done a lot of nasty things to Protosses.
No.
The one that I have tried that I think is really good at the moment, that I think XY might have a go at, is proxying the factory and starport and doing a 2-tank medevac drop with like a marine push.
Yeah.
It's something people have been doing from home, but I think the proxy version has potential.
Oh boy, yeah. What kind of mindset is XY gonna have coming into this? Is he willing to bring out the cheddar, to bring out the cheese? Or is he gonna go for the mindset of the strong? Is he gonna go for the macro, for the economic play, Puppy, against MaxPax?
Probably not. And the other thing to consider as well, one of MaxPax's favorite builds is the 4-gate blink. And XY has to be aware of that as well. If he does think that he's on a map where MaxPax will definitely 4-gate blink, I think it makes sense to play a defensive macro game. But yeah, I don't know. The last couple times I saw XY against Protoss, he did go for that tank drop build from home. It's something we've been seeing Gumiho do a little bit as well. So if he gets Moondance, I'm expecting to see that. But yeah.
Yeah, we get Moondance. We already had Stargazers. I mean, I guess we have the technology. We can, just take a little bit of a gander over here at the map. It looks like game number 1 is going to be on Waterfall.
You're cheating.
Oh my, what do you mean? It's on Wikipedia, Papi. It's on Wikipedia. No, it looks like we have our players. There we go. And XY coming out strong with the mindset. At 10.
This is why we've been talking all night about the mindset of the champion of XY. But meanwhile, we do have, once again, the Protoss mindset capped at 8. Every time.
It's impossible, mate. Look, if MaxPax can't get his mindset over 8, no one can.
True. Maybe this delay has been because they've been asking him to turn the camera on. And he's no.
I keep forgetting that they do XY dirty. They gave him a 5 in offense.
It's so brutal. As here he is spawning in the top right hand corner with that lovely Kaczynski portrait over his CC. It is IG's XY.
Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Waterfall representing PSISTORM Gaming. It is MaxPax.
Maximus Paximus.
Oh.
The most packs.
Here we go. The most packs possible. Even more than Max Angel.
Aw. Okay.
So you okay?
I mean, one of these days, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a spectacular reveal or anything. I think he's just gonna turn his camera on one day, like just for a random match.
No, no, we're never gonna see it. He's gonna die formless. It's gonna be closed casket. We're never gonna see. He is Artanis, actually. This is him. This is who he is.
Do you have any conspiracy theories about who he might be?
Do I have any conspiracy theories?
Like a disgraced player that can't show his name anymore or something, and so he just like comes back as like a hidden identity.
That's weird. Like there are some people that I saw that I think last week where some people were like, oh, you know, there's like crazy conspiracy theory about like him being like an old Protoss player that came back. But I was like trying to think, I'm like, who? Like
Deezer.
Like shaking my head. Like the only name that legitimately comes to mind is like because Naniwa has been relatively active. Like he's not gonna like he can't be MaxPax because they've been active in the same time. Yeah. I think have they been active in the same? Did Lil Bao retire after or before?
Lil Bao's played recently.
He's played recently?
Yeah, like in the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if Lil Bao's played, Wellmu, he was playing like a couple of months ago or like a month ago. Like there's not that many like European Protosses like that I can think of, you know?
It's probably a Terran off racing.
True. Oh my god. There you go. It's innovation.
Do you see? Yeah, it's innovation. Chad. We do see XY just going to be opening up with a bit of a double gas build. Going to be getting that CC on the high ground as well. Nice and safe there as we do see him going for that Widow Mine drop. So not going to be going for any super aggressive one base build. Definitely getting that starport quite quickly. But, actually MaxPax finding a nice angle to pick away at that CC and delaying that by a reasonable amount.
Yeah, being a little bit cheeky here with his Adept, obviously being able to scout and confirm that there is a CC in the main base as well with that vision, so he's fully aware of what is going on, and MaxPax opens up, or follows up, sorry, with that Robo.
Yeah, we do have that blink into the Robo, so MaxPax playing very standard so far. As we do see that pause going down.
Oh yeah, innovation, getting a little bit of lag. Oh my god. But yeah, I was trying to I don't know, man. I was trying to think of like other like European Protoss players, and they're just I can't quite piece any together. Because I feel like a lot of them stick like Mana's still around, you know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm blanking on the name. Oh, Drogo.
Drogo?
Yeah.
What do you mean he's been active this year? What do you mean?
Oh, in Age of Empires.
What do you know? Drogo's been playing StarCraft this year.
No.
What do you mean?
Has he?
Yeah. Like at the start of the year. What do you mean? You're crazy.
It's Marine Lord.
It's Marine Lord Copium. He's also been playing StarCraft like last year, right?
Yeah, he's playing Age.
Oh, you know who it is? Nah, this is it actually. Actually, mate, it's Psyarch.
Day 9.
It's day 9. Oh my god. As we have a Woodmine drop coming into the main base, so MaxPax is quick to respond here with his boys. 2 probes are going to be going down for 1 shot, and the Stalker's slightly out of position, still no blink, so the drop is going to get out.
Yeah, nice denial of the mining, gets a couple probes and does get out with everything on nice topped up health. So that was a pretty successful mine drop there.
Yeah, very successful indeed. I mean, getting 2 probes for nothing. Nicely done here so far by XY. He's also able to expand and take control of his own natural base as well as he's working up that tank count.
Yeah, exactly. We do see a little bit of a delay on the stim there. It's just going to be moving out with that Reaper as well, getting a little bit of scouting. So hopefully we'll see that stim getting started up soon. There we go.
Oh, yeah, stim just now starts up. Meanwhile, MaxPax doing what he does best, going straight into that robotics bay as well. Going to be looking to head towards that, I imagine, Colossi production as he's being as active as possible with these Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, it's going to be putting on a little bit of pressure with these Stalkers. Beautiful blink micro with those as well. So just picks away at those SCVs.
And picks away a couple of workers are going to be going down there, just only losing mainly shields on those stalkers. So very nicely calculated there. Play from MaxPax as he keeps his opponent back at home, techs up, and takes his third.
Yeah, so to see MaxPax traveling along with his build there. Very standard, just going for that 3-gate blink against the double gas opening of XY. Gives him a lot of chance for getting those warp ins, getting on top of that timing, but is actually going to be going for a quick charge as well. So yeah, this is looking pretty strong for MaxPax overall.
Yeah, it really is. And it's interesting because he's investing into a second forge as well. There we go. I was wondering when the Colossi production would begin. The first Colossus is on the way. We should be seeing extended thermal lance soon. There we go, already on the production tab. So everything is coming up MaxPax here if he's able to get into the swing of things and get into this game. Meanwhile, XY just waiting for his upgrades to line up before he does end up pushing out.
Yeah, so looks like XY is going to be continuing to make tanks as well, so has a pretty good read on what's going on. He's going to be dropping down that medevac. It's that scan, sees that the third is in fact there, and we do see a big gateway explosion coming down for MaxPax.
Oh, exactly. It looks like those gateways are going to finish up shortly here, so he can reinforce his army once XY does move out. Of course, the move out should be happening relatively soon here. I think we've got, what, 4 tanks already. We're working on our 5th to 6th tank here for XY. I don't believe he has a 3rd CC set up ready to be taken. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty big push.
Yeah, this is a really nice reaction when you're playing against Colossus, just to keep on making tanks. Usually 5 to 6 tanks is the timing you want to move out with, so we should be seeing XY moving out around now. Does still have that mine drop alive as well, so that we'll keep a few of the units of MaxPax back, but yeah, I think once these medevacs and last tank pop, this is go time.
Yeah, here we go. 6 tanks, puppy. Aye. At the same time, Widowmine drop is going to be going in. Widowmine shots are going to go off. Are the blinks there? No, they're not. 2 stalkers go down, but the Widowmines are stranded, so they will get picked off. Meanwhile, the Colossi are going to be meeting this army in the middle of the map.
Yeah, we see a few of the units of XY poking forward just to get vision on what MaxPax has here, and MaxPax got a decent number of zealots, but I don't think he wants to be venturing out too far to meet this.
Yeah, exactly. He's just trying to slow this down, trying to force sieges wherever he can to buy time for more warp-ins. There we go. Another round of zealots are coming out.
Big tank shots coming down, and the zealots, the SCVs are being pulled. This is a fantastic choice coming out from the XY. These will do a very good job at tanking those zealot shots. He just has to be careful with the micro that he doesn't eat too many Colossus swipes before he commits to the fight.
Yeah, and I'm worried because XY, he sent his wave of zealots across the map into the natural base, and mate, there's nothing there. The SCVs are gone. There's nothing to kill.
Just going for a bit of that checkmate move, but there is nothing there, and these tanks are just going to start crawling forward here and cut MaxPax off from his bases. This is looking pretty good here for XY in terms of getting the right position. But of course, MaxPax, every second that goes on is going to be very beneficial for him.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, he's looking to try and go for a surround. He's getting behind the army. Sure, he is cut off from his natural base, but he's getting more warp-ins. He was only one robo was depowered, so no more Colossi going to be coming out. Actually disrupting that disruptor as well as it was on the way. And here we go, MaxPax. Oh, not pulling the trigger quite yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. Does take another massive tank shot, and XY just starting to edge ever so closer forward. Does take out the robo as well, so no more Colossus going to be coming down for XY. Meanwhile, we do see these zealots kind of getting caught up on the SCVs as it's go time.
Yeah, and here we go. The flank from behind gets on top of every single one of the tanks. The tanks are going to be going down here, but what about the bio? There's not much to protect these Colossi. Oh, but maybe just enough?
Yeah, I think there is enough. There's not enough Marauders, and the Zealots going to keep coming, warping in. That was a beautiful focus fire from MaxPax with the Zealots on those tanks. Takes out every single tank, and XY, he does not have much longevity in this game. He needs to keep going.
It's okay. He's got that one Widowmine in the main. But yeah, the surround was really the key there for the defense for MaxPax. There just wasn't anything behind those tanks to stop the surround from those zealots, and just like that, XY was all in. MaxPax is miles ahead when it comes to the workers, when it comes to the tech, when it comes to everything else, Pappy.
Yeah, that was amazing patience by MaxPax. Knows that he can't defend that natural, loses all his probes there as well, but doesn't pull the trigger, keeps himself, just keeps his units safe until the perfect moment to jump.
Yeah, the patience was insane, and now MaxPax is across the map. We do have a couple of tanks here to hold the line, but the Zealots, they break through that line. They get on top of the tanks once again. GG gets called, and MaxPax will take the first game. Oof.
GG. Very nice defense coming out from MaxPax, and that's a tough map. That's a tough map to go on, and he got a pretty tough matchup of builds and still managed to get the job done there. So looking like PSISTORM might be able to clinch out this clean sweep.
It could be a 6-0, mate. That is what we are looking at as MaxPax, as you were saying, on the smallest map in the map pool on Waterfall. He was still able to hold on, still be relatively greedy and defend. And yeah, that was just really impressive play. I also really appreciate as well. You know, we don't get it too often, but MaxPax actually opted not to go for the crossed arms pose for his picture.
That's true. He's opted not to be a human.
Yeah, powerful, puppy, powerful. You love to see it.
Overwhelming.
Power. There you go. See, you're a Protoss at heart, puppy. You know it, puppy. You know it.
There you go. XY gonna be picking Stargazers. That's very surprising.
Is it though? I think we know what this means.
What does it mean?
It's the Dolan build.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe a Stargazers has been chosen. We have seen Terran players be very cheeky on this map. We just saw in Waterfall that XY is definitely willing to go for 2 base all-ins. He knows that in a longer macro game, he is not the favorite whatsoever. He has to try and end things early here. And we'll see if he can find a little bit more success on Stargazers.
Yeah. I'm suspending my disbelief. I know XY, he is the master of mindset. He will show us how it's done.
He'll show
Stargazers.
Us. Yeah, let's go, puppy. Let's go. Who needs micro and who needs offense, mate? You know, you don't need it to take down MaxPax.
Mate, it's all about the mindset. You just gotta not be intimidated by the kind of person you're up against, or not person.
As in the top left-hand corner of Stargazers is representing Team IG. XY.
And in the top right-hand corner of the map, hailing out from the color, it is MaxPax.
Oh yeah, MaxPax, he may not have the stash, but he's got the dreads. That's almost as good.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
What do you mean? Oh my god.
What if he has Gerald's mustache?
Oh, he could have it and we would never know.
No. He keeps it safe and secret.
Oh, true, Papi, true. Oh my god. Well, we've cracked the code. We've solved the mystery of the lost mustache.
The lost mustache. Get Carmen Sandiego off the case. It's done. We've solved it. Go back to bed.
Go back to bed, Papi. Aye. Did you play that as a kid? Carmen Sandiego?
One of my babysitters had it.
Oh.
And I played it then. But I didn't know about it apart from that.
There you go. It was like a TV show, right?
Yeah. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah. I played the game. It was Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of games.
Should go Back to the Future. Yeah.
That was around the same time as the Magic School Bus. Do you remember that?
Yeah. The cartoon styles are very similar between them.
Yeah.
It
was kind of creepy.
Which one? The Magic School Bus?
Magic School Bus, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, mate. They would like drive into each other.
Yeah, they go inside the body, and it'd be like that one kid that like really didn't want to do it, and they just like force him to do it anyway, and he just hate it.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Oh my god, we would just violate, their bodily autonomy.
Autonomy.
Automata.
As we are seeing, this is actually, I was talking to Migs about this earlier today. Because Mari did this against Classic in the Africa Cup. It's been very common lately to go double gas into Hellion drop on this map. like so common that it's getting kind of predictable. And I think XY, seeing that the probe was in his base, purposely made his factory like a fair way away just to throw MaxPax off. But MaxPax is going to get the scout now.
Yeah, the Adept comes in, does scout and confirm the factory, does confirm the Hellion production as well. So as you were saying, because it's so common, he should be piecing this together. And there we go, we have a Phoenix on the way.
Yeah, so Phoenix opening makes a lot of sense on this map. Just keeps you safe from any of this kind of drop play coming in. Should do really well against this.
Yeah, as long as he's in position, as long as he's able to react in time, he can shut down this drop. Meanwhile, the medevac is on the way, and there we go. The Hellions are going to be zooming across the map. MaxPax, likewise, is already kind of getting in position here with a couple of his units to have a little bit more vision in his own main base. And, oh god, that Phoenix is actually going to come across the drop. Oh!
Yeah, XY just going to drop this down early, but MaxPax should have a battery ready in the main, so if he can lift up 2 of these Hellions, this pretty much ends the push.
Oh my god, but you know what? The probes are still lining up regardless. He only lifted up 1 Hellion and 7 probes go down.
Yeah, 7 probes going down. These Hellions can go down to the natural as well, where there probably won't be a shield battery. There is one, but if XY moves a little bit away from this, he might be able to get some more damage done.
Ooh, it looks like he can get 2 more probes in the end, 9 in total. Not bad here. Maybe could have been a little bit more if he had gone over to the right-hand side. Regardless, oh my god, 14 probes go down. Widow Mines into the main.
Yeah, that Widow Mine drop just not caught out by the Observer, but yeah, this is a pretty common continuation from this. You go for that Widow Mine spam, and that is a lot of probes going down.
Oh my god. Wow, 2 Widow Mines is all it takes, and that Widow Mine in the main base, it's getting close. It's going to reset.
Yeah, it is going to reset, and there's an armory now, so it's invisible. MaxPax is in a lot of trouble right now. He's not making an Oracle.
Yeah, he actually made a robo right now, so he has access to an observer. If he starts it soon, there we go. Observer is going to be on the way, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, another drop heads towards the natural, but it does get caught out by these Phoenixes.
Yeah, great interception by MaxPax. Anticipating where that one would be going. He's going to be able to get both of the mines as well, so really nicely done there.
Are we going to target? Are we going to target? Are we going to target? Up, 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 up. Oh, no. It's no target. The trap.
Ooh, setting up a little trap here as well.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of Widow Mines there in the pocket base. XY has been able to, you know, have a decent worker count here so far. Meanwhile, ooh, the Observer is actually going to get vision of these mines.
Yeah, it does actually, unfortunately, hit that shot. Luckily for MaxPax, it doesn't splash onto the Observer. That would have been pretty disastrous, as we do see him go into that robo base. So we'll be looking just to shore up his position with Colossus. And you know what they say about Phoenix Colossus?
It's underpowered. Phoenix Colossus, it's a pretty good unit composition. It's kind of what you want to be going for here in this matchup. I know how much you love playing against it. It is so much fun. But will XY be having fun here? We'll see. I mean, we have another drop being set up, and the Phoenixes aren't quite in position to deny it.
Yeah, these Phoenix are starting to find a decent amount of damage, though. Really nicely done by MaxPax, just anticipating where that mine would be, not getting baited in by that turret kind of being a little bit out of position. But the mine drop does come in. Ooh. This is going to get pretty good damage once again. Oh, actually, only 3 probes.
I also thought maybe a little bit more damage would be done, but only 3 probes in the end. Widow Mine is going to try and make its way, or at least he's going to try and split up these mines, but yeah, they are going to be hunted down in the end. We have plenty of detection. This time, the mines will not be getting reset.
Yeah, the defense has been really solid out of MaxPax. We do see XY going into this 3-1-1 setup that is so common in this matchup. Once again, delaying his 4th by quite a lot. So I have to wonder if he's going to be looking for a tank Viking push instead of a 3rd base. Might just be all-inning again.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got 1 engineering base, as far as I can tell, so he's only going to be going for that attack upgrade here. I don't think we're going to be seeing a 3rd base either, but we'll see. Marauder production has commenced. We got the Vikings, as you were saying. We got the tanks on the way. It can still be difficult to pull this off just because of the map control that is provided by all these Phoenixes. That's why it's so good. But we'll see if XY can pull it off anyway.
Yeah, the fact that he's going for Vikings makes me feel like he probably won't be going for a 3rd base. Vikings are extremely expensive to make at this point. So usually if you're just pumping constant Viking tank, you're going to be going all in. And yeah, we do see some extra tanks coming out. So I do think he's going to be going for a similar timing as the last game.
Oh boy, yeah, and we'll see if he can have a little bit more success here. I mean, the army from MaxPax, it's taking him a little bit longer to get into that gateway count. Another Phoenix is going to get picked off by this Cyclone. Not bad here from XY, as his army is getting higher and higher, but likewise, so is that Colossi count. I think we're getting into our maybe even third Colossi, or maybe just second.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried for XY here. I'm not so sure about this plan because now he's given MaxPax the space that he needs to get back into the probes, get the kind of armor that he wants. We see him adding that Twilight archives, the Templar archives, adding his extra gateways as well, getting into that charge, getting a nice Colossus count. And the window where XY was ahead, he's quickly losing that.
Yeah, I think we assumed that he was going to hit a timing with his upgrades with at least +1 attack or something, but like he's still just waiting back at home, waiting, not really content with what his army count is looking like, and unfortunately, just because the economy is superior for MaxPax as time goes on, it's going to benefit him a lot more.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little bit ahead on that. I think I don't remember the exact math on it. I don't think this is too far off even. But yeah, we're going to be seeing XY push out here. And that Viking count's decent, but he's going to have to be really on top of his focus fire on the Colossus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, already he's forced to siege up, so he's being slowed down even further here. That first disruptor is on the way. We'll see if this game he can actually get it up and running. Another siege here, not quite in range of those tanks. Takes out some of those zealots, but only a handful of them.
Yeah, and MaxPax's control with these Colossus is brilliant. He's focus firing down these Marines really well. It does take a lot of the sting out of this push, and he's buying himself time. Forcing these siege ups is very important.
Yeah, like a surgeon, he's just dismantling this push little bit after little bit. We do see a couple more of these pieces going down. Nova goes off, though, gets a juicy connection.
Massive Nova there, and XY really can't be affording to lose units here. We do see his supply is plummeting, and MaxPax has found his way back to the shield battery overcharge, so he's going to commit to the fight. He picks up every single tank, and all the Zealots are right on top of those tanks.
Yeah, once again, the Zealots even come in from behind. GG gets called, and MaxPax, as stoic as ever, takes game 2, takes it 2-0.
Yeah, MaxPax takes that one down, and PSISTORM going to be getting that 6-0.
6-0. Very powerful showing here from PSISTORM Gaming. There were definitely moments where maybe Coffee could have tied up a series or taken a game off of special, but like outside of that, yeah, the PSISTORM player is very in control.
Yeah, 100%. So that was a great display of the skills of the PSISTORM players there, and they do pick up that 6-0. So that will put PSISTORM, in the running here. But here we go. We know that team. It's the CranKy Ducklings.
Oh, we know Los Patitos. The Ducklings are going to be coming out tomorrow here. We have 2 more series for you. We have Team GP versus Onside, and the CranKy Ducklings up against Team Liquid. So I know this was I know we had some great games here tonight, but we are going to continue with those great games tomorrow and the day after. 3 days straight of World Team League. What more could you ask?
Mate, if you got excited by Starving Camels almost getting the upset win, if you like upset wins, tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow. Let's Nah, Papi, I believe in our players. I believe in our boys. I believe in the Ducklings. And speaking of believing in the Ducklings, I also believe in this Duckling right here, AsherBro. It's been great casting tonight with you. The music, it's been a great time casting. You sacrificed your sleep to be up with me until the deep hours of the night. It is 2:30 a.m. and tomorrow morning, you're going to be playing in a tournament.
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be fast asleep.
No!
My alarm's going to be going off. I'm going to be snoozing it automatically.
No! I'm going to pay off Rufus to, claw your face. I'm gonna pay
And
him
he'll
off.
want the food, but I will be sleeping. I'll be sound asleep in bed.
No.
Startup can rest easy that he's not going to be getting smudged by Jared.
Wake up, puppy, wake up. For those that are wondering, ANZ Champs qualifier number 1 is tomorrow at 11 a.m. AEDT. It is in 8.5 hours, I believe. So 8.5. Hey, you can get your 8 hours of sleep, wake up, and play some StarCraft. There you go.
If I fall asleep 4 minutes ago.
Aye. So yes, the ANZ Champs qualifiers are tomorrow morning. So of course, plenty of Australian and New Zealand players are going to be a part of that. That is where we reside. That is where we are from. And Asher is going to be trying his heart out. Not just Asher alone. Starduck will be there as well. Unfortunately, Oreo will not be a part of this season of ANZ Champs. He was contemplating it. But this week or this month is actually like his exam month, and he's focusing on his studies. And like, I understand, studies, real life commitment, they come first. And it's a little bit unfortunate that it kind of lined up here where we've got ANZ Champs and kind of like peak exam period for Oreo. So a little bit unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll be back for a future season if we have one.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that ANZ Champs announced the brackets in advance, giving Oreo enough time to find a good excuse.
True. Look, he doesn't want to get Terraned, okay? He's looking out for his mental health, and I don't blame him. These Zerg players. Likewise, Chappie also lined it up. He booked a flight to Japan as soon as
to get out of the country.
Get
me out of here.
Get me out of here. The Terrans,
like, I don't want to play against Piglet. I'm leaving.
Chappie's in Japan, NXZ is in Singapore, Oreo's in school. Not a lot of Zergs available this season. We got David is a Dadvid.
Pepe's playing.
Pepe is playing. Pepe is my hope.
That's a pretty good hope. Pretty good.
It's not a bad hope. It's not a bad hope. But thank you so much, Asher, for staying up with me into the night. Thank you.
I want to play COD after this.
No, are you crazy? Go to bed, you animal! Oh my god.
Animal. Well, are you gonna be casting tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the qualifiers.
Hey, you can just cast it if you want, right?
Nah, sure.
Okay. Well, that's that.
If they're gonna go on.
No, I got nothing. If the people do want to see some Zerg gameplay, if they want to see some more Zerg, they want to see some Zergs losing like they have seen tonight, where can they find that?
Yes. If you want to see some Protoss winning, if you want to see some Zealots all over me, if you want to see some man with gun, just stimming all over Zergs and killing me horribly, then yes, you can tune into Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream every day of the week. Probably not the weekend because we have a lot of casting to do and a lot of StarCraft to cover. But I do try to stream, and we try and have fun. We try not to smudge. Emphasis on try. But we have fun. So if you're interested, check me out there over on my Twitch channel. But if you wanna see more of these boys, these men with big guns and big boys, where can they find them, Asher?
At your local grocery store. You can find them on Twitch TV/AsherBro. Oh, you got both of them. Nice.
Yeah. I got Patches and I got Crackhead. They came today, puppy. They came today. Let's go.
That's sick.
They're outnumbering me. They're gonna kill me, puppy.
Yes, in your sleep, puppy. Once they have 3-3.
They don't need 3-3. What are you talking about? They just need stim, puppy. They just need stim. But yeah, where can they find that?
At Twitch TV/AsherBro.
There you go. So, my lovely co-caster AsherBro here. It's not just AsherBro. He's also got a beautiful, majestic cat that does show up from time to time. I imagine he's probably in bed right now, but when he's not, he's beautiful. He's amazing. And look at him. He's there in the corner. Oh, he thinks we can't see him.
There we go. You can see him now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Also, yeah, definitely check out Asher. He's got some great content there. Great content.
Thanks, puppy. Well, since I am live VIP and you are AsherBro, do you have anything left to say before we go?
Before we go, check us out, the CranKy Ducklings on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We do have plenty of social media out there. Check out our YouTube channel. We post all of our VODs to YouTube, so make sure you're there. You get your announcements for when we go live from whatever platform you want. And before we head off, I have to say, Terran is broken.
Whoa.
Hold on. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's broken, but
cracked.
it's broken. Terran, they're cracked, Poppy. Oh my god. Someone stop these people.
Someone stop this man.
Stop this man.
It's fading. Look, that's how fragile Terran is. You just hold it up to the camera and it's fading out.
You can kind of see him. Oh god.
That's our light sleep paralysis demon right there.
True. Take us out. Take us out, Light.
Oh yeah, I'm Light. Oh yeah. Well, all you puppies. Hope you have a lovely rest of your night. And we will see you tomorrow bright and early for ANZ Champs. Good night.
Night.